Alright, this is a video I have wanted to do for way too long, but I didn't have this figure, so I'm finally doing it. So today, I am going to show you how to sheathe Tahu's swords. Now, I'm going to show you how to sheathe one sword and two swords, because there's a little bit of setup for both swords, and there's some minor changes. So, let's get started with the one sword. So, to get the one sword ready, I've gone ahead and removed it from his hand. So what you're going to do is you're going to remove the red axle, too long axle, from the top section of the sword, which is connected to the assembly that holds the flame piece. And then from here, you're going to spin around this assembly here, and you're just going to reconnect it. And then this piece here, this too long axle, is going to go into the bottom of the other sword in his hand. This way it is stored neatly on the swords. And finally, placing it on his back, it's quite simple. All you gotta do is you have to open up the sword a little so it can peg into this peg hole here on the crystal blade piece. And we're just gonna peg it on the blue pin that is sticking out of his back. And you just close it up, and it looks good. It's all sheathed. Looks totally natural, and it does not hinder articulation whatsoever. The head is fully free, both arms are freed up. This arm is freed up, completely free, so no worries. And the axle is stored neatly at the back of that hilt. So yeah, when you have these swords sheathed, you cannot connect a gear to him, so you cannot unite them. Alright, so for two swords, you're going to do the same thing you did before. Have this sword here with the four-long axle in the middle, so then this piece is solid. And then with this one, you're going to put the extra two-long axle right there. And then the last thing we need to do, just so then this section here is not flopping around while it's on his back, you're going to take this off, going to remove this. Instead of having it on the blue pin, we're going to put it on the beige pin. And then we're just going to plug it back in and close it back up, as if there was nothing happening. Now this will prevent it from flopping around on his back. So now, the swords are ready. Now we just got to get Tahu ready. Alright, so bringing in Tahu and spinning him around. So we got to do two things to prep him. One, we got to get this pin here ready. So we're going to remove that little section with the Borak eye. I'm going to pull this pin out, and then we're going to stick it back on. So we're going to take the double axle pin, stick it back through that section, so then it's pretty floppy, and then we're going to stick it back in the connection port. So basically this section is now going to be floppy, and there's going to be a pin sticking out the back. There, you can sort of see. So there's basically an extra connection port here. And then we're going to take this blue pin, yank it out, if I could. There we go. And then we're going to flip it around and then stick it in like that. So now there's two pin lengths sticking out. So first, we're going to take the sword with the 3 exposed too long axles, and we're going to connect it to his back using this peg hole here on the crystal blade piece, and this is going to go on that black pin, and you're just going to clip it in like so. Now you're going to have to move this armor piece forward a little bit just to make room, but other than that it won't move. So yeah, now that we got that, we're ready for the second sword, and this is going to attach the exact same way as it did for the single sword, just it's sticking out a little farther. So again, we're going to attach it by this hole on the crystal blade piece and just plug it on. And voila! The swords have been sheathed on his back. And I think this looks great. Absolutely wonderful. These swords come together very nicely. There's more than enough room for everything. His articulation is completely unhindered, like his head has full movement. Both arms have full movement. This shoulder pad can still move up and down, but it's just tipped forward a little bit just to make room for all the stuff. So yeah, that's everything. Alright, there we go. All of our 2016 heroes with their weapons stored on their backs. I'd been waiting to do this video for a long time. I was just able to get Tahu recently, and I'm very glad I did. He looks amazing. His weapons store very nicely. He's probably second to Liwa. Liwa does it the best. And then I have to say Pohatu's third. And then Gali, Onua, and Kopaka kind of tie for fourth place because their weapons are just so cluttered that you have to just basically dismantle everything and really have to figure out where to place everything, and it can become quite a mess. So, but otherwise, yeah, I've been wanting to do this for a while. Glad I finally was able to, and I hope you enjoyed. So, if you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, you know, all that YouTube stuffs. So, yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.